Are you afraid to lose the one you love to addiction? This is gonna blow your mind. It's like walking a tightrope of love and worry, never knowing if the next step will lead to solid ground or another heartbreaking fall. Addiction, it doesn't just impact the person struggling, it ripples out, affecting everyone around them, especially those who love them most. You're trying to hold on to the person you know is in there, the one you love, but the addiction, it can feel like it's tearing them away piece by piece. You might be feeling lost, heartbroken, maybe even angry. Trust me, that's normal. This isn't a straight line, an easy fix. It's a journey. And like any journey worth taking, it requires a roadmap. That's what we're doing here, building that roadmap together. We're going to equip you with the tools and insights you need to navigate this challenging terrain. Remember, you're not alone in this. We're in this together. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more guidance and support. First things first, you gotta understand the beast you're dealing with. Addiction isn't a choice or a lack of willpower. It's a chronic relapsing disease of the brain. Just like diabetes or heart disease, addiction changes the brain's structure and function. Knowledge is power, folks. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be. Start by learning about the specific addiction your partner is battling. Educate yourself on the physical, emotional, and psychological effects. Talk to addiction specialists, therapists, or support groups for guidance. You can't fix a problem you don't acknowledge. Talking about addiction is tough, believe me, I know. Approach the conversation with love and compassion, not anger and blame. Remember, you're on the same team here. Choose the right time and place to talk, somewhere private and calm. Use I statements to express your concerns and feelings. Listen, really listen, to what your partner has to say. This is about creating a safe space for open and honest dialogue. Now let's talk about boundaries. This is where things get real, folks. Setting boundaries isn't about being controlling or punishing your partner. It's about protecting yourself, your emotional, mental, and even physical well-being, while also creating a healthier dynamic for the relationship. Think of boundaries as the line in the sand. They define what you're willing and not willing to tolerate. Be clear, be firm, and be consistent. What are some examples of boundaries? Well, it could be refusing to engage in arguments while your partner is under the influence. It could mean not covering up for their mistakes or lying to protect them. It might even mean creating physical distance if your safety is at risk. Write down your boundaries. Yeah, you heard me right. Write them down. This helps you clarify what's important and makes it harder to back down when emotions run high. Remember, setting boundaries is not selfish, it's self-preservation. It's about taking care of yourself so you can be strong enough to support your partner in a healthy and sustainable way. Let's be real, you're not a doctor, a therapist, or an addiction specialist. And that's okay. You don't have to be. Your job isn't to fix your partner. It's to love and support them in their journey to recovery. One of the most loving things you can do is encourage them to seek professional help. Addiction is a complex disease, and professional intervention is often crucial for lasting recovery. Now, suggesting treatment can be tricky. Remember, addiction thrives on denial. Your partner might resist the idea, get defensive, or even angry. That's the addiction talking. Approach the conversation with empathy and understanding. Express your concerns, share your observations, and offer specific examples of how their addiction is impacting their life and the lives of those around them. Let them know that you're not giving up on them. You love them, and you want to support them in getting the help they need. Dealing with a partner's addiction can be all-consuming. You can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's essential. Make time for activities that bring you joy and peace. Meditate, read, walk, listen to music, lean on your support system, friends, family, therapists. Now this next part is crucial. It's about tough love, folks. We've talked about support, but there's a fine line between supporting someone and enabling their addiction. Enabling is anything you do that protects your partner from the natural consequences of their actions. It's covering up for them, making excuses for their behavior, or giving them money that you know will be used to fuel their addiction. I get it, saying no to someone you love is hard. It goes against every instinct in your body. But sometimes the most loving thing you can do is let them face the consequences of their choices. Enabling might seem like you're helping in the short term, but trust me, it's only making the problem worse in the long run. It allows the addiction to continue and prevents your partner from hitting their rock bottom, that point where they're finally ready to seek help. Remember, you can't want recovery for them more than they want it for themselves. Let's talk about relapse. It's a word that strikes fear into the hearts of anyone who's ever battled addiction or loved someone who has. Here's the hard truth. Relapse is a part of recovery. Now, I'm not saying this to discourage you, but to prepare you. Addiction is a chronic disease, and just like with other chronic diseases, there can be setbacks along the way. The important thing is to view relapse not as a failure, but as an opportunity for learning and growth. If your partner relapses, try not to react with anger or judgment. Remember, they're probably feeling ashamed, guilty, and discouraged. What they need most right now is your compassion and support. Use this as an opportunity to reassess the treatment plan, identify potential triggers, and strengthen coping mechanisms. Remember, recovery isn't linear. It's a journey with twists, turns, and bumps along the way. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, our loved ones aren't ready to accept help. Addiction is a powerful force, and it can blind people to the damage they're causing to themselves and those around them. If you've tried everything, talking, setting boundaries, encouraging treatment, and nothing seems to be working, it might be time to consider a professional intervention. An intervention is a carefully planned process that involves family, friends, and sometimes even colleagues coming together to confront the individual struggling with addiction. The goal is to break through the denial and get them to accept professional help. Now, interventions can be emotionally charged, so it's crucial to have a trained professional facilitate the process. They can help you plan the intervention, mediate the conversation, and ensure everyone feels safe and heard. Remember, an intervention is a last resort, but it can also be a life-saving one. Addiction takes a toll on relationships. It's like a third party in the relationship, creating distance, resentment, and broken trust. If you're committed to making the relationship work, couples counseling can be an invaluable tool. Now, I know what you're thinking. Therapy? We don't need therapy. My partner's the one with the problem. But here's the thing. Addiction impacts both partners. Couples counseling provides a safe and neutral space to address the damage addiction has caused to the relationship. It's an opportunity to communicate openly and honestly, learn healthy coping mechanisms, and rebuild trust. A skilled therapist can help you navigate difficult conversations, identify unhealthy patterns, and develop strategies for moving forward. Remember, a strong relationship can be a powerful source of support in recovery. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the possibility of walking away. This is a deeply personal decision, and one that shouldn't be taken lightly. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I am here to give you permission to prioritize your own well-being. If you've tried everything in your power to support your partner, and the relationship is still causing you significant pain, it might be time to consider your own needs. Staying in a relationship with someone struggling with addiction can take a toll on your mental, emotional, and even physical health. It's not selfish to want a healthy and fulfilling relationship, one where you feel loved, respected, and safe. If you're feeling trapped, drained, or hopeless, it's crucial to reach out to a therapist or counselor to help you process your emotions and make the best decision for yourself. Look, dealing with a partner's addiction is a tough road, no doubt about it. It's emotionally draining, it's heartbreaking, and it can test your limits. But remember this, you are not alone. Throughout this journey, never forget to prioritize your own well-being. You can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself, set boundaries, and seek support when you need it. Remember, you can't force someone into recovery, but you can offer love, support, and guidance along the way. Dealing with a partner's addiction is a complex and emotionally taxing process. It requires a balance of empathy, support, and self-care. While you can play a crucial role in supporting your partner's recovery, it's important to remember that you cannot fix them. Their journey to recovery is ultimately their responsibility. Protect your well-being and seek support when needed, whether through professional counseling, support groups, or by confiding in trusted friends and family.